A very good morning to all of you. Today I am going to continue the next topic, that is the birth control. Yesterday we had discussed about the population growth. Now I am going to discuss with you how one can control the population. So for this, to control the population growth, many government and non-government agencies, they motivate the people to get the smaller families by using the various contraceptive methods. Contraceptive methods are those that are used to prevent the pregnancy. So many methods are used to prevent the pregnancy. Firstly we will discuss about the ideal contraceptive. Now ideal contraceptive are those that are user friendly, जो कि उसको यूज़ करने वाले हैं उनके लिए easily वो यूज़ कर सके. दे आर ईज़िली अवेलेबल, कोई भी उनको अवेलेबिलिटी में प्रॉब्लम ना हो. इफ़ेक्टिव एंड रिवर्सिबल, जब कभी भी वो उसे रिमूव करना चाहें दैट शुड बी रिवर्सिबल. इट शुड बी इफ़ेक्टिव मीन्स कि वो उसका प्रॉपर इफ़ेक्ट हो विद नो और लीस्ट साइड इफ़ेक्ट्स, या तो उसका कोई भी साइड इफ़ेक्ट ना हो, अगर हो तो बहुत रेयर हो, लीस्ट साइड इफ़ेक्ट हो, एंड नॉन इंटरफेयरिंग विद द सेक्शुअल ड्राइव. तो जो भी पर्सन, जो यूज़र उसको यूज़ कर रहा है, उसके सेक्शुअल ड्राइव के साथ कोई भी नॉन इंटरफेरेंस उसकी होनी चाहिए, इंटरफेरेंस नहीं होनी चाहिए. सो दीज आर यूज़र फ्रेंडली. इट शुड बी ईजिली अवेलेबल. It should be effective. It should be reversible. It should be without side effects. And it should be not interfering with sexual drive of the users, right? After that, there are various methods of the birth control. These are so contraceptive methods are divided according to all these categories. So let's discuss the various methods of the birth control. So various methods, contraceptives are divided into following category. First one is the natural or traditional methods. Second one is the barrier method. Third one is the IUDs, that is intrauterine devices. Fourth one is the oral contraceptives. Fifth one is injections and implants. And sixth one and the last one is the surgical methods. So let's discuss all these methods in detail. Firstly, I am going to discuss with you the natural and the traditional methods. So natural and the traditional methods work on the principle of avoiding the meeting of ovum and the sperm. They work on the principle of avoiding the meeting of ovum and sperm. So this is a natural method जिसमें कि ओवम और स्पर्म की अगर हम मीटिंग को अवॉइड कर दें तो there will be no pregnancy, and this is a natural and traditional method. So under this there are three things So there are three ways in which we can control it. The very first one is periodic periodic abstinence. In this method, the couple avoids from the coitus from day 10 to 17 of the menstrual cycle, where the ovulation is expected. In the previous chapter, we had discussed about the ovulation period, follicular phase, and all these things. And then in this, the period of the menstrual cycle, the day 10 to 17 ranges from a person to person. It varies from a person to person. There is the time period of the ovulation period is between 10 to 17 days in a woman. Day from the day 10 to day 72 days period is there. So if they avoid coitus between that days, means from the day 10 to day 17, then the pregnancy cannot be happen. The another thing is coitus interruptus. Under this category, this is a method, withdrawal method, which the male partner withdraws his penis from the vagina just before the ejaculation so as to avoid the insemination. If there is no insemination in the female vagina, then the chances of meeting an ovum is the negligible. It is right, you can say zero, because if the semens are not inserted in the vagina, there is no meeting of the male sperm and the female ovum. The third thing under the category of the natural method is the lactational amenorrhea. Now under this category, when the it is based on the principle, when the mother is on the period of lactation after the paturation, then the no ovulation occurs under this category. So these are the three methods in which, in the first case, there is the by avoiding the coitus from the day 10 to 17, we can avoid pregnancy. In the second case, in this case, if we avoid, the male partner avoid inseminating in the female vagina, then this can be done. And this lactational amenorrhea, in this case, it is based on the principle of the lactation period, during which there is no ovulation take place after the paturations. Now next comes another category of the birth control, that is the barrier method. Second one is the barrier method. Under the category of barrier method, this prevents the contact of sperm and ovum with the help of barriers. That these methods are available for both male and female. So this work on the principle that ovum and sperm cannot come in contact because of the barriers, and these barriers are available for the both male and the female, right? So very first one are the condoms. So these are the thin rubber or latex sheath means covering, that are used to cover the penis in the male and vagina or cervix in the females. This prevents the deposition of the ejaculated semen to the vagina of the female. This latex rubber sheet covering this prevents the deposition of the ejaculated semen into the vagina of the female. Next is the diaphragms. Cervical caps and vaults. These are also come under the category of the barrier methods. These are made up of rubber that are inserted in the female reproductive tract to cover the cervix during the coitus. This prevents the entry of the sperm through the cervix, and these are reusable, while the condoms they are not reusable. The next third thing is the spermicidal gels, spermicidal creams, gels and foams. Now what are these? These are used along with this barrier to increase their contraceptive efficiency. These cannot be used alone. These are used with the barriers so as to increase the contraceptive efficiency. Now next come the third category, that is IUDs, that is intrauterine devices. So these are inserted by the doctors in the uterus through the vagina. This can be used alone by itself. These are inserted by the doctors, trained doctors in the uterus through the vagina. There are three types of IUDs. IUD means intrauterine devices. Intra means that are inserted inside the uterus. So first one is non-mediated IUDs. Now what are non-mediated IUDs? These are the IUDs that only increase the phagocytosis of the sperm within the uterus. जो sperm जैसे ही यूट्रस में एंटर करते हैं उनको सिर्फ फैगोसाइटोस कर देते हैं, मीन्स उनको सिर्फ इंजेस्ट कर लेते हैं, ख़त्म कर देते हैं, किल कर देते हैं एनीथिंग, एंड दे डोंट हैव एनी अदर फंक्शन. So these are non-mediated IUDs. That is the example is the Lippes loop. The second one is the copper releasing IUDs. These, along with the phagocytosis of the sperm, these are copper releasing IUDs. They suppress sperm motility, वो sperms को move नहीं करने देते, and their fertilizing capacity, जितनी भी उनकी fertilizing capacity है उसको भी वो ख़त्म कर देते हैं. And example of the copper releasing IUDs are CUT, copper T, commonly known as CU7, and multi-load 375. These are the some examples of the copper releasing IUDs. Third one is the hormone releasing IUDs. Now what are these? Hormone releasing IUDs are the IUDs that make uterus unsuitable for implantation. जो uterus को ही unsuitable बना देते हैं कि वो implantation कहीं पे अगर मीटिंग हो जाती है तो implantation ना हो, because cervix hostile to sperms. मतलब जो cervix है उसे बिल्कुल unfriendly बना देते हैं sperms के साथ ताकि वो अपना कांटेक्ट ना कर सके और implantation ना हो, जिससे कि वो यूट्रस की जो है लाइनिंग को ही वो कर देते हैं अनसूटेबल फॉर द implantation, and the example is LNG20. So these are some of the methods, that is the natural methods, barrier and intrauterine devices. Rest the another 3 methods we will discuss in the next lecture. That's all for today, students. Thank you so much.